everybody. This is the Dr. William Clark podcast. Glad to be with you. I'm your host, Dr. William Clark, and this is awkward times for us, right? Everybody during the time of this recording and the release of this recording, they're home, likely because the virus. Businesses are shut down, gyms are shut down, restaurants are shut down, schools are shut down, churches are closing, and we're all trying to grapple with what's going on. And this does provide an interesting opportunity for all of us who are now forced to slow down and to reevaluate what we want to do with our lives, right? And for those of you who are home and you're looking through YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram, and you're trying to find inspiration in order to figure out what you want to do with your life going forward, because one, we realize life is not promised, tomorrow's not promised, and so we got to take advantage of our right now to create a new tomorrow. If you're thinking about your tomorrow, particularly if you're thinking about launching your nonprofit finally, if you're thinking about finally launching your ministry, if you're finally thinking about starting a fund for a special interest, this is now the time to think through it, because if you're not working from home, or if you are home and you're able to have a little flexibility of time to get some stuff done, this is the time to kind of work through those ideas now that you've been dreaming about, wondering about, hoping for, etc. And so I'm glad to be your host today to talk about that, how to build a nonprofit business, whether it's a ministry, actual nonprofit, foundation, etc. And it's all about getting your passion off the ground and launching this thing so that you can make a difference in the life of the people that you care about the most. Now, there are 4 things I want to share with you. This is going to be a quick podcast, not going to keep you long. But there are 4 things I'm going to share with you if you're going to launch a nonprofit business. Number 1, you got to have a main project or a main program. You got to be known for something. Any business, nonprofit, for-profit, ministry, etc., must be known for something. You have to have a skill, competency, contribution that you're going to bring to the community. This is no different if you're applying for a job and you are known for this thing. People are searching you out for this thing. People are hunting you down to hire you for this thing. If you're going to launch a nonprofit, you got to be known for a thing. What is that thing? And it's okay if that thing is in competition with other people or other organizations, because sometimes there's a gap where you can fill it with that thing that is ultra popular. Sometimes there's a company that's doing the thing you're doing and they're looking to farm out some of the business that they have because they are looking for innovation, they're looking for creativity, they're looking to expand. So what is your thing? Don't get caught up in the fact that other people are doing it or not doing it. Figure out what your thing is. Now, you do have to associate your thing with teams and partners. That's number 2. Who's going to help you do this thing? I know your mom loves you. I know your mom, your dad, and your auntie, your uncles, and your cousin love you. But if they're not helping you work on this thing, they're not part of your team. Love doesn't help you get off the ground. So you're going to need people who are going to work on this vision with you, who are going to connect with you, who are going to support you, who are going to be a part of what you're doing, and who are going to help you build this thing from the ground up. And as a part of the team, you're going to need some partners, people who are going to be alongside you, who's going to give you business, who's going to invite you to opportunities, who's going to invite you to be a part of grant opportunities, etc. Teams and partners are essential. Teams and partners are essential to this journey. And if you are not connected with a team, if you're not connected with partners, then it's gonna slow down your progress. To be honest with you, you may make it at some point, but if you're trying to get to where you need to be as fast or as soon as you can, which does not mean tomorrow, but as soon as you can, you're going to need a team. You're going to need partners to be on that journey with you. Number 3, you're going to need funding and financing. Any business, nonprofit, for-profit, must have financing in place. Financing in our world is called funding. Funding in our world is called grants. And without that stuff, you won't be able to get off the ground. So you're going to need grants in place. You're going to need contracts in place. And as I've talked about many times on this particular podcast show, you might not be able to get grants as a newbie. So that's something you got to deal with. However, there is a workaround for that, and it goes back to my second point. Who are your partners? Because partners are not only going to give you opportunities that they feel like you're better suited for, but partners are going to say, hey, you're new, but I know you have, your organization's new, but I know you have the experience, I know you have the information, I know you have the skill set, so how about you become a sub to our contract, and we go from there. I can't tell you how many times that has worked, how many times that has helped a lot of companies get off the ground. And if that can help you, certainly you should do that. But you're going to need some funding, you're going to need some financing. In some cases, people are used to fronting their own nonprofit, fronting the money, putting up their own dollars. If that's what you got to do what you got to do. Wherever you get the money from, you're going to need it, because you can't do it off of a wing and a prayer. You got to do it off of funding, financing, teams, partners, and a main project and a program that you can promote. Now, I want to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this, and then we'll give you the last tip of how to build a nonprofit business. Have you ever wondered how large nonprofits consistently generate millions of dollars? Have you ever wondered how to write the perfect grant, or how to successfully manage a grant, or even how to find money beyond grants? Hi, my name is Dr. William Clark, and I'm the creator and instructor of What You Should Know Before Applying for Grants. This masterclass has over 28 modules of training, and it comes with tools, tips, and tricks on how to generate significant money for your nonprofit. Some students have been fortunate enough to build six-figure programs, and others have been fortunate enough to triple their fundraising results because of this masterclass. Whatever your fundraising goals are, this masterclass can help you achieve them. To register your seat, simply go to mysixfigurefunding.com. That's mysixfigurefunding.com, and you'll be taken immediately into our student portal where you can access all of our trainings. You can take the trainings on demand, at your own pace, and at any time. You even can interact with other students and me all online from the comfort of your home or your office. If you want to secure your seat today for this masterclass, what you should know before applying for grants, simply go to mysixfigurefunding.com. Again, that's mysixfigurefunding.com. And I'm looking forward to learning with you and growing with you as you achieve your fundraising goals for your nonprofit. Welcome back. So we've talked about how to build a nonprofit business, particularly if you got the next couple of weeks off and you're home thinking through what you want to accomplish in your life. We talked about having a main project or program, having teams of partners, having funding and financing. Here's the last thing. And you got to figure out how to grow this thing and scale it. You got to go beyond the idea of, I want to make a difference in the community. That's cool. That really is cool. But you got to go beyond that, and you got to figure out how to grow this thing, because when you figure out how to grow it, that means you can serve more people, you can do more good, you can develop more programs, you can accomplish much, 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 much more. And it's all about how much can you accomplish, how much can you do, how many people can you help, how many lives can you change. And you're going to need teams of people to help you do that. You're going to need funding, large funding, major money, six-figure money to do that. You're going to have to expand the capacity, the vision, and the impact of your program and your project. When we talk about growth and scale, it's cool to say, man, I want to be $1 million nonprofit, which is possible, which is more than possible. But if your project or program isn't good, and if it's not expanding its capacity to be inclusive of other innovative things, you can't grow. If your teams don't grow, you can't grow. If your partnerships and your friendships don't grow, you can't grow. If your funding doesn't grow, you can't grow. So if you're going to grow and scale this thing, you're going to build this nonprofit, you're going to build this church, you're going to build this business, whatever it is, you got to figure out how to grow everything else, because it's going to impact the ability to have growth and scale. All this is possible. Seen it done it myself, been a part of it, seen others do it. You can do it. And so this is your opportunity during this downtime to think through these things. Think through these things. Play back all the podcasts that are in our portfolio over the past couple years. Look at the stuff we've been talking about and start to put these things together. I invite you to be a part of my masterclass, What You Should Know Before You Apply for Grants, because everything that I talked about, these 4 tips, have a main project, team, partners, funding, financing, growth, and scale, I'll talk about in extreme detail. Over 28 modules of teaching and learning about how to actually build your nonprofit business way before you write a grant. And I got to tell you, the funding, all this stuff, it comes into play way before you put ink to a paper to complete your first grant application. Trust me when I tell you. You got to take my class. Go ahead and register, and especially during this time where you are away from work and you're away from everybody else. Engage in your education. Invest in your education and grow yourself so that you can go ahead and launch this nonprofit you know you should have launched years ago. This is the Dr. William Clark Podcast. We'll catch you in the next episode. Have you ever wondered how large nonprofits consistently generate millions of dollars? Have you ever wondered how to write the perfect grant, or how to successfully manage a grant, or even how to find money beyond grants? Hi, my name is Dr. William Clark, and I'm the creator and instructor of What You Should Know Before Applying for Grants. This masterclass has over 28 modules of training, and it comes with tools, tips, and tricks on how to generate significant money for your nonprofit. Some students have been fortunate enough to build six-figure programs, and others have been fortunate enough to triple their fundraising results because of this masterclass. Whatever your fundraising goals are, this masterclass can help you achieve them. To register your seat, simply go to mysixfigurefunding.com. That's mysixfigurefunding.com, and you'll be taken immediately into our student portal where you can access all of our trainings. You can take the trainings on demand, at your own pace, and at any time. You even can interact with other students and me all online from the comfort of your home or your office. If you want to secure your seat today for this masterclass, what you should know before applying for grants, simply go to mysixfigurefunding.com. Again, that's mysixfigurefunding.com. And I'm looking forward to learning with you and growing with you as you achieve your fundraising goals for your nonprofit.